Ansha Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of tea. Tea is my choice of drink right now. McCoy green tea. I have a bunch of bags of this. I bought a box of a hundred green tea. So I'm gonna be drinking green tea for a little bit here. Supposed to be more healthy for me than coffee, so I switched up to green tea. Delicious green tea. Let me get started here. Let me just make sure I'm online. Oh, I see two people online, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. You just never know with YouTube sometimes. Bry, hey, hello, Bry Capistrano. Hello. Thank you for joining the live stream this morning. I always start with the weather. Beautiful. We've been having amazing weather here in Numancia, Aklan. Nothing but sunshine. Actually, during the day, man, it's getting hot. It's like we're hitting triple digit temperatures, over 100-degree temperatures here in Numancia, Aklan. It is like scorching hot during the day. Right now here in Numancia, it's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. I can still feel a little cool air when I walked outside. I walked my dog earlier. I didn't do my morning walk today. I'm gonna do it later on. I'm gonna do a sunset walk today. I kind of like switch up just to make it interesting. Make it that way that my walks don't get boring for me. As far as the weather here, the Pag-asa website I'm looking at, Metro Manila and the rest of the country, partly cloudy skies, isolated rain showers. Again, pretty much the entire Philippines, pretty much sunshiny weather. Not much rain. You might get like a burst of rain, but it doesn't last very long. 30 minutes, hour rain. Actually, I'm kind of hoping it rains here a little bit to cool things off because it is so dry right now and so hot here in Numancia, Aklan. The Philippine peso to the dollar exchange rate again went over 60 pesos. Right now it's 60.09 pesos to $1. People always ask me that. People always ask me how much there. Yesterday, Iloilo province, the Dumangas area, they were one of the hottest temperatures got posted yesterday. They reached 42 degrees Celsius. That's about 107 degrees Fahrenheit was the heat index in Dumangas, Iloilo, the pretty much hottest here in Panay Island. So 107, 107. And we're not even in May yet. It's going to even get hotter here in May. Actually, in Boracay Island, um, starting April 25 to like the first week of May, is Love Boracay. That is the peak. That is the peak of Boracay Island. There's going to be so many tourists in Boracay Island during those 2 weeks, starting April 25. Today's the 14th. So 11 days away till the start of Love Boracay. Love Boracay, they used to call it La Boracay, and it was more like a party back in the day, kind of like spring break in Florida. But now they changed it to Love Boracay because it's more environmental friendly. Back in the day when I first landed in Boracay in 2011, it was just like a spring break, drinking, concerts, nonstop drinking on the beach. But now it's changed. It's more family oriented now in Boracay. They will have a few concerts though. They will have a few concerts. What they do is they rope up. They put a rope on a certain section of the beach during the evening time. You have to purchase like an armband to get in. Cost money to get in. Then they have drinks served right there on White Beach. And then music, of course. They're gonna have bands from all over the Philippines coming to Boracay. Not as big as it used to be, but More again, more family oriented, more activities like dragon boat races. Um, you got a beach volleyball competition, ultimate frisbee competition. They even have pickleball on the beach this year. They added pickleball on the beach. That's going to be interesting. How I've never seen that before. But different events on White Beach, Boracay. Good morning, Sir Gino from Bry. All right. Albert, planning to move to Davao this May 17th. All right, all right. You know, Davao, from all, I've never been to Davao. My good friend is there. His name's Mark. He's on the live stream here. He tells me about Davao. He's been there a few years now from Ohio. He loves Davao. He loves that area. Jocano. Good morning, Brother Gino from Jocano. Thank you. Good morning, Gino and everyone from JP Calibo. I did my morning walk. Started at well. That's good that you're starting early because the sunrise is coming up earlier now than normal. So 5:10. You might have started your walk a little dark, but you know the sunrise probably like 5:30. I think the sun's already up, so I could catch the sunrise. Oh, nice, nice, JP. Yeah, spectacular view there. I've caught the sunset. Caught the sunset over at the bridge, but I don't think I've ever caught the sunrise on the bridge. Yeah, I don't think I've ever caught, but I've caught many sunsets on the bridge, but not the sunrise. But I know it's spectacular, right? You're looking at the river, water, sunrise, and more likely headed towards the beach. Aklan River by the Calibo Numancia Bridge is already close to the ocean, so that big Aklan River meets the ocean in Calibo. Aloha, hey Derek, I got your message, man. I know the Cubbies. I know the Cubbies. I think 6:40 the start time for the Cubbies, and my Dodgers are playing later. I know they're playing later, so I'll watch the game for sure. Derek and I were both big baseball fans. Derek loves the Cubs, and I love the Dodgers. So we're always like during the games, we're like messaging each other about the game. Yeah, Cubs and Phillies. All right, good luck. Good luck, Derek. Ooh, Phillies is a strong team. Phillies is a strong team, so good luck. We're playing the Mets. We're New York Mets is who we're playing today. Philippines is safe from typhoon. Yeah, right now, like I said before, you know, March, April, May. I've been here 15 years. I can't remember a time when those March, April, May that we got a typhoon. Usually, towards the end of June, you might get a typhoon, but April and May, you know, like I said, I've never experienced a typhoon here. April or May. April and May are the peak of summer here. It's like super hot in the Philippines. I am in kind of. Oh, right. That's your neighbors with Derek. You guys are in Kaneohe. That's awesome, man. Small world, small world. Namaste. Watching from India. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for watching from India. Good to hear. Good to hear. I am nervous about them. Don't be nervous, Alberto. You know, it's like I do have a topic to discuss about Davao, but don't worry about that, man. Davao, from I've never been there, but from what I've heard, is one of the safest city. Davao City, anyway, one of the safest city in the Philippines, the cleanest city in the Philippines. You know, President Duterte before that was his city. You know, so. During his presidency, of course, they poured in a lot of money in the city, and even before he became president, you know, they were known to be like safe in that area, Davao City. Derek, I leave. Oh, safe travels, Derek. Derek's headed to Leyte. He's gonna spend a few months. He's from Hawaii, but he's gonna spend a few months in Leyte on vacation. His wife's family is from Leyte, so he's gonna have a great vacation, man. You're like coming into the summer, man. It's gonna be great vacation for you, Derek. No rain here, no rain here. Not like in Hawaii right now. No, you're getting storms in Hawaii. In CDL, I got back in December after 18 months, fixing my house to sell. It's so I can move. All right, all right. Good luck. Good luck on that, man. It's like I know many people. I know many people that are closing up shop, right? Closing up shop in the United States. My good friend Olson, Aliyah in Columbia, South Carolina. They're selling their house in Columbia, South Carolina. They're headed here. There's quite a few that I know that are you know moving permanently. It's kind of like once you get rid of your home, sell everything in the U.S. That's pretty much like a one-way move, right? It's hard to like give that all up and then come here and then decide to go back to the U.S. For most, once they make that move, it's a permanent move to the Philippines. I will send you a. All right, thank you, JP. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, JP. I would love that. I would love to see that sunrise picture. Alberto, I see the sunrise from my end here, but I'm sure it's a nicer angle from the Calibo Numancia Bridge. Alberto, thanks. All right, Deagle, you look like AI, bro. No, I'm not AI. I'm not AI. It's like, how do I prove I'm not AI? I don't know. I don't know what the proof is that I'm not AI. Captain Ron, what day is the karaoke? Mom's still not here. Captain Ron, mom's still in Katiklan because their dog is supposed to deliver babies and it's not delivering. So it's like she's staying over there. They've had their dog there for a few years. So uh, I don't know when the dog is going to deliver. And then Dazzle and I were going to be headed to Iloilo City. So it's not going to be this week, unfortunately, Captain Ram. More likely next week. It's like because mom's not here, then Dazzle and I. By the time mom comes back, Dazzle and I will take off for Iloilo City for our 10th wedding anniversary. Dazzle and I will celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary in Iloilo City. We got a bunch of plans in Iloilo City. And I'll forewarn, I know when we go to Iloilo City, people want to meet up with Dazzle and I. But on this trip, I'm going to have to apologize. No meetups for when Dazzle and I go for our anniversary. I want to make sure it's just Dazzle and I for, apologize. I know many people in Iloilo City when we go there, people want to meet up with us, but it's our anniversary. I want to make it special for Dazzle. No meetups with people in Iloilo City this time. Just Dazzle and I. We're gonna eat at our favorite restaurant. We're gonna watch IMAX. Go shopping. Dazzle loves shopping. Buy her i Apple Watch. That's what Dazzle wants for our anniversary. I already got my anniversary gift. Dazzle got me this Timex Iron Man watch that keeps track of my heart rate. Keeps track of my heart rate. This is nice because like I can check my heart rate at any time. But on this trip to Iloilo City, we're just gonna kind of like honeymoon, kind of like a tenth wedding anniversary honeymoon. But when we get back, Captain Ron, we'll do a karaoke when we get back. I know Captain Ron likes it. Jason Potter, he likes watching us do karaoke. We'll definitely. It just hasn't worked out because mom. We could have done it this week, but mom's been in Katiklan this week. My wife grew up in a farming in Leyte. All right, lots of farming in Leyte. Lots of farms in Leyte for sure. I'm so done with Hawaii. Too expensive, and a lot of people. That's why a lot of people that move to the Philippines, the people that contact me and then I assist them in moving here. That's pretty much the common thread. It's becoming too expensive in the United States. Even property insurance, homeowners, just everything about owning a home. A lot of times when people move here, I tell them, it's like don't be in a hurry to build a house here in the Philippines. Don't be in a hurry to buy. You can rent really inexpensive homes here, apartments, condos. Like Daniel. I took Daniel to the airport yesterday. He's now back in Cebu City. Um, he's processing his SRRV. That's why he had to go back to Cebu City. Once he's done with that, he's gonna move here to Calibo. I showed, we went to JP's apartment, so Daniel got to see the apartment there. And then I even showed Daniel here at Camellia Aklan. There's a couple of houses here for rent, so he's seen that. So he's gonna have options when he gets here. And I told him it's like for me, especially if you're moving here to the Philippines for your first year here, just rent. Rent that way until you really decide. Like that. If you like the area, you really this is it. I enjoy this area. Then you can look into building or buying. But the first year, just rent. Like even at JP's apartment, he fully furnished, 2 bedroom, La Casa Española apartments, nice apartments, well kept. JP was even saying, they're constantly cleaning. There's people. He's got a housekeeper that cleans his apartment, and he pays 20,000 pesos a month. $350 a month is all he pays. And then here at Camellia, we were looking at a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, up and down, fully furnished house. It's a house here at Camellia, and again, they're asking $400, so that's about 24,000. But I'm sure it's negotiable. It's negotiable. So if Daniel decides to get that house, I'm sure we can get the price down. But as you can see, for $350, $400, you can rent, and you don't have to worry here, like especially here in Aklan province, you don't have to worry about, a year from now that they'll skyrocket your rent. They don't do that here because Filipinos can't afford it, if they do that. Most of the rent here stays about the same, like my 2 bedroom, 1 bath apartment in Calibo, unfurnished. I lived in that apartment from 2012 to 2016 when I was going to college in Calibo. I paid 7,000 pesos, about $120 a month for that 2 bedroom, 1 bath. And now the same apartment, you're talking 10 years later, is only renting for 8,000. It just increased like $18 a month. So rent here doesn't skyrocket. Like I know in the US, people tell me, Daniel was telling me that, his rent like, jumped like 30-40%. And like, that's why he was even asking, I don't mind, signing a lease. And I always tell people, don't sign a lease in the Philippines. Just rent month to month, because that way you're not trapped. That way you're not trapped. Maybe in Manila, it's harder. I know in Manila, the BGC, the condos there, they want you to like sign a lease, sometimes even write checks, like blank checks for a year. They want to make sure they get the rent. But here in the province of Aklan, I've never signed a lease here. I've rented an apartment in Boracay for 18 months. I've rented apartment in Calibo for 4 years. Never signed a lease. I'm like month to month. It's like I like that feature that is month to month. That way, if something happens, if you get a crazy neighbor that plays karaoke at all hours of the night, or noisy neighbor, anything that can happen with your condo or your apartment, you can just bail on it. You can give your 30-day notice. I'm out of here. I'm gonna find me another place. It's like instead of like when you're locked into that apartment or that house. Good morning, brother. Hey, Brian. Good morning, brother. Not that I'm counting. You're not counting. 18 days. 18 days. All right, Brian. Man, can't wait to meet you in person, Brian. I know we're gonna have a good time. I know it's gonna be fun talking to you. It's like we've been messaging on my email and everything on the live stream. I know you're excited. So it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna have a great time. Iloilo, man. To me, you're picking a good spot for a soft landing. Soft landing is what I call that way. When it's soft landing, when you land at a place, it's an easier transition. Perfect. Iloilo City is perfect because it's similar in a way to like your life in America. It's not that drastic change, you know. You're not going from like a city in the United States and then all of a sudden you're moving in a remote province in Mindanao. You know, that could be intense. That could be intense. You know, when you land in Iloilo City, you're gonna go, dang, this is just like being in the US, but cheaper. But cheaper. DJ, hello, hello from Wyoming. All right, Wyoming. Michael from Cass sent me. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Michael S is a very good friend of mine. I haven't met him in person, but we communicate, we video call each other. We've become really good friends. He's one of my brothers here. He's my brother from another. All right, DJ, thank you for joining the live stream. And if you have any questions about the Philippines, if you have, I've been here 15 years in the Philippines. I give you a background of myself. I'm retired United States Air Force. I came here to the Philippines with my military pension alone, no other income, just my military pension at age 45. And in a couple of months here, I'll be 60. So I've been here in Aklan province for 15 years now, and pretty much experienced just about, and it, you know, the last 50, lots of experiences, lots of learning curve, mistakes. You know, I've done it like everybody else. You're gonna experience that here, a lot of adjustment. But if you're thinking of moving to the Philippines, I can help you with that. You know, and I don't charge money. We can do a video call, audio call, however you want to do it. I don't charge any money. I just enjoy, you know, meeting people and getting him here to Auckland, to Panay Island, so that they can start a good life here. And I think that's very, you know, that's like a lot of people that I've helped here. They're so thankful that they made it here because it's a good life here. The province life. I've always told people Panay Island, Auckland province. It's a hidden gem here in the Philippines. Not many have discovered Panay Island yet, but more and more now, more and more now. My channel, that Philippines Life channel, you know, Michael, he's a friend of mine also. I just got a message from him last night from Rojas City. He's attracted a lot of people to Rojas City. Iloilo City, of course, man, is probably going to be the one of the top destinations here. I know Dumaguete City. I recommend Dumaguete City also, like where Michael is. To me, between I would, if I was moving to the Philippines, I would select Iloilo City first and then Dumaguete City. It just depends on the person because Iloilo City is more advanced. You know, it's more modern. But Dumaguete City's got that charm, man. You know, it's that it hasn't quite made it to like that modern. You know, one thing they're kind of below as far as Iloilo City is medical facilities in Iloilo City is top rate. You know, the best, one of the best areas here for medical care is Iloilo City. Dumaguete City is quite not there, but they're close enough. You know, they're not that far from Iloilo City. Jokano, I just got a market evaluation of my house. All right, Jokano. Now just need to get everything cleaned out and spruced up so it can be listed as soon as I get the clearance. All right, Jokano. Hey, you're on your way, brother. You're on your way. You've already made the decision. You know, it's like a lot of people get stuck on the planning stage. You know, I've been doing this now for 4 years. I've been on YouTube for 4 years, helping people. And there's just some people that get on that planning stage and just can't. They can't pull that trigger. You know, they can't pull the and totally understand, man. That's a big decision to move to another country or thousands of miles away from the US or Canada. You know, it's like that's a big move, you know, to sell most of your stuff, you know, most of your stuff, get rid of your stuff to come here. You know, that's a giant leap of faith, and I don't take that for granted when I talk to people. You know, that's why I understand. You know, the people that are stuck on the planning stage and never quite get the pull. Hey, I totally understand. You're not offending me by like, you know, our communication. Maybe a year now, 2 years, and you're still in the U.S. That's all good. It's all good. In your own time is when you will come to the Philippines or Thailand or Vietnam or wherever you decide to move, but I know one thing. I'm just seeing more and more people move out of America, unfortunately, right? Because a lot of it is because the social security in America, the average American receives 1,700 a month on social security, and it's just not enough in America, and I understand that. Here in the Philippines, if you're single by yourself, 1,700 here in Aklan province or Panay Island, I will guarantee you, you'll have a good life here because I see it. I see it with my friends. They're buying motorbikes. They're adventuring on their motorbikes. They're meeting Filipinas. They're meeting Filipinas. They're able to go to Boracay on vacation. We're able to go fishing together or go to the seafood place in New Washington and eat. Very reasonable price of fresh seafood. It's just a good life. It's like even JP, when we ate 2 days ago, we went to New Washington for a seafood feast. I mean, JP had like shrimp sisig, fresh shrimp sisig, and like pancit, right? And I could tell, he was enjoying his meal. And he rode from his apartment in Calibo to New Washington. It's only about 30-minute ride on his motorbike, Blue Arrow. But the minute JP got off Blue Arrow, you can tell he just got a smile in his face, sunshine, the ocean view, and we're eating in front of, with the view of the ocean, sitting down, outside eating our lunch. It's just, and then the whole meal, not even 15 bucks it will cost you the whole meal, for like a mango, coconut shake. He had coconut shake, the pancit, the shrimp sisig. Man, you just can't beat the prices here. That's why people enjoy it here. JP, there were two rod and reel fishermen on the river below the bridge. Oh yeah, I do see them. I do see them fishing on the Aklan River. I'm sure they're catching fish there. That's a big river. Aklan River is massive. It's not like a small river. It's almost kind of like our Mississippi River here in Aklan. It goes all the way from Libacao, several different towns headed to Calibo before the water hits here in Calibo. Below the bridge, I also saw a lot of fish rising swirls on top near the Numancia side of the bridge. All right, JV. Brian, good morning to everyone. Derek, your favorite restaurant, Vikings. Vikings, yeah. We've been to Vikings twice. We've been to Vikings. I mean, it's a little pricey for Dazzle Night, but our favorite restaurant in Iloilo City, we like Boteju. It's called Boteju Japanese restaurant because Dazzle likes the spam musubi. Me, I just like everything on their menu. I like their sushi. I like their salad. I like everything at Boteju. But Vikings is up there. We might not hit Vikings this time because it's a little pricey. A little pricey for Vikings. It's like $20 for their buffet. It's a good buffet for $20, but we would have to be really hungry per person. It's $20 per person. We like eating at Boteju Japanese, and then we like samgyeopsal too. There's a samgyeopsal Korean barbecue. You grill your food in front of you at the SM City Iloilo that we like because they have seafood. They have squid. They have meat. Like beef, pork, chicken. So we like going there. So we'll have I know we're gonna have a good time because it's just dancing night. That's why that's what I'm saying. It's like I know. When I start making videos in Iloilo, hey Gino, you're here. Let's meet up. Let's meet up. And I'm gonna forewarn this vacation. It'll just be Dazzle and I. We're not gonna be doing meetups on this vacation. Jokano, yes, more than the two of you on an anniversary trip is a bit much. Yeah, right, Joe. That's what I'm thinking. Usually when Dazzle and I go to Iloilo City, we end up meeting at least other couples, or every single day we're there. We're meeting like different people. And we understand because we're on YouTube. People watch us on YouTube and they want to meet us in person, and we do that. but this time around, because it's our 10th wedding anniversary, we're just gonna be private a little bit, be private a little bit. That we can have just our alone time, our alone time. Lowell, hey, kumusta? Kumusta, Lowell? Mabuti ako, kapatid. Salamat, salamat, Lowell. God bless, my brother. How much is the rent? It just depends, Alberto. I always tell that to people here in the Philippines. Anywhere you go in the Philippines, it doesn't matter here in Panay Island, Manila, anywhere you go, there's gonna be a broad range of rent. For an apartment, for a one-bedroom apartment, two-bedroom apartment. It just depends on your preference. If you want the high end, if you want a high end, like let's say in Iloilo City, if you want a high end one bedroom, fully furnished apartment at one of the top rated condominiums right across a festive mall, you're probably looking at 25,000 pesos to 30,000 pesos. So, which is about $400 to $450 a month, fully furnished, gym, swimming pool in the condo complex. One Madison is one of those, Avida Towers, at the Palladium. Those are the newer condos for a one bedroom. But if you're like, Iloilo has many condominiums, the older condos towards like the downtown area. You can get as low as 15,000 or less than $300. So it just depends, and it's like that anywhere you go. Even here in Calibo, you can get a one bedroom like I did. I had a two bedroom, one bath, unfurnished, and I was paying 7,000. JP is staying at a more plush apartment complex. He's paying 20. Almost more than double what I was paying. But again, people have different preferences, and it's like that anywhere you go in the Philippines. You're gonna see a price range. That's why when people ask me how much is the rent, how much is the house, it just depends on your preference when you get here. That's why I always tell people, just come here to the Philippines. Like it doesn't matter. Like my friend now in San Diego, he wants to live in Boracay Island, right? I told him, just show up in Boracay Island, rent you an Airbnb for 1 week, do a weekly Airbnb, and during that 1 week, start looking for apartment in Boracay, and then that's the best way, boots on the ground, because it's hard to find apartments online. It's almost impossible. And then, like Daniel, he found a condo apartment in Lapu-Lapu City in Cebu, and he said, "Man, I got catfished." He got catfished because it's like, they trick him. All the pictures of the swimming pool, the place, it looks awesome. Then he gets to the place, and it's nothing like what it looked like on the pictures online. So you got to be careful with that too. Sometimes these people that are advertising online, the pictures they took is like 10 years ago when their building and their pool was brand new. Now 10 years later, it's like, quality is down. So the best way to find a good apartment here, a good place to live, is like, come here, boots on the ground, spend a week on an Airbnb and start looking, instead of relying on the internet. The internet, a lot of times will disappoint, unfortunately. I recommend to a guy on Castaway Live. He should. Oh, thank you, Derek. And I know, man, I appreciate it so much when people do that, Castaway, because I do. It's like when I open my email, I always get new people. Say, Gino, I got referred to you. It's like, and they introduce themselves, and then I tell them, hey, it's like, if you want to do a video call with me, that way, for me, the video call is the easiest, fastest way for me to like get to know a person and then get an idea on what they're looking for, because everybody's different. Everybody's different. Some don't mind Filipino style housing. Some want that, Western amenities, luxury, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing. We're all different. We're all looking for a different thing here in the Philippines. Lowell, morning, Joe, GP. God bless. All right, joking. Good afternoon, Lowell. I hope you are doing well today. Yes, definitely. We're all rooting for you, Lowell. We built a house in Leyte 10 years ago. See, nice, right? But, you know, more likely you built the land like at your wife's land or their family land, a compound. That's common here. Like a lot of families here will own a big portion of land, and all the different family members build the house here. Like I said, we're all different. We're all different. Heck, Edgar, it's like Edgar, he came here in September. He already bought a beach house. It's like we're all different. It's like all I'm saying is my recommendation, my advice, just to help you not make a major mistake. Building a home or buying a house in the Philippines, that's a big investment, and it's not the same in the United States when you want to sell your house that you'll be able to sell your house. There's buyers here in the Philippines. Unfortunately, when it's time for you to sell your house here, sometimes it takes years before you even get a bite, from people that's wanting to buy your house. That's just the way it is here. It's hard to sell a home here. Not the same dynamic in the United States. In the United States, you see people all the time, right? Flipping, buying like a foreclosure, fixing it, flipping it, and making money. You cannot do that here in the Philippines. You're gonna go broke here because I've not seen anybody flip here like that quick. Where I see houses here with a for sale sign for 2 3 years, and condos here, 2 3 years for sale condo that don't sell. So that's what I'm saying. You want to be sure that where you're buying or where you're building, that you're not ever gonna move. Like Derek, he bought it 10 years ago. His family's in Leyte. Chances are they're never gonna sell this house, the house that they built in Leyte, right? Chances are that's gonna be passed down to Derek's family down the road. And same thing with me. Once this house that I bought here, once I'm gone, Dazzle owns it, or passing it on down. But selling it, even this house, it'd be hard to sell. It'd be hard to sell. On Mike's rental page, there was an unfurnished 3 bedroom in Camellia for 13K. Yeah, that's a good price. That's about the range, Lowell, for unfurnished for a 3 bedroom. You can rent that. That's about the good price. 13. I think I know what you're. I think it was taken. I think it was. That's the thing. When you can find good deals like that, Lowell, it goes fast. People jump on that thing. I'm pretty sure that one that you're, because I saw that. I saw that house. It's already rented. Now that I know I can get a set of bamboo furniture for under $200, I would consider renting an unfurnished home or apartment. Yeah, that's what I had, JP. When I moved to Calibo on my 2 bedroom, 1 bath, I paid 4,000 for my bamboo furniture. It had a long couch, 2 chairs, a coffee table, a stand for my TV. I paid 4,000. It really nice bamboo furniture. Mom inherited it when we moved here because I couldn't bring it here. Our house, it wouldn't fit in our house here, so I gave it to mom in Katiklan. Lowell, Joe, I am doing better today than I was today. Good to hear. Good to hear, Lowell. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that, Lowell. Great advice. Thank you, Alberto. Thank you. Jokano, that is good, Lowell. We are praying for your health so you can make the move. Yes, definitely. JP says, hit the like, people. It's easy. All right, thank you, JP. Bill Meyer, prayers. Good morning, Bill Myers. Thank you for joining the live stream this morning. Good morning, Lowell, Joe, Brian, Captain Ron. Fortune, hey, Fortune, my brother in Bacoor, in Cavite. And the Panay Posse. Good AM Gino fam and the Panay Posse. Morning, JP. Glad to see you're living your. He is, man. Joe, that's one thing. JP always puts a smile on my face every time I see him because he is just living his best life. From the time JP landed at the airport when I picked him up, he's just like been beaming with smile. Well, every time I see him riding Blue Arrow, his 155cc Aerox, and he's always dressed in blue. You know, Blue Arrow, blue bike, blue shirt. You know, blue hat. You know, uh, it's all about blue with JP, and I'm just happy for him because I know he's man walking every day. You know, it's like a 5 kilometer walk in Calibo. You know, it's like early in the morning when it's still nice and cool temperatures. I know he's having a great time. He's gonna end up knowing more of the side streets, the alleys in Calibo than me, man, because he's walking all over Calibo. You know, so and I'm sure he's seeing more things in Calibo than I see. He'll be more an expert of Calibo more than me, more than me. Morning, Fortune. God bless from Lowell. Good morning, Fortune. Good AM. Joe, JP, Derek, Captain Ron, and Brian. Derek, my daughter married a Japanese. They love the Japanese restaurant at Windward Mall in Kaneohe. Yeah, I mean, and I lived in Japan for 4 years, Derek, and my last assignment in the military, and that to me, I think that's my favorite food more than Filipino food. Actually, I guess because Filipino food, I eat it all the time. Japanese food, like good Japanese food, I don't get to eat very much. You can always find a restaurant that serves sushi, but there's only really a few sushi places that know how to do it. It's like Boteju. Boteju is like a franchise here in the Philippines, Japanese restaurant, and they usually have like a sushi master or something that they make good sushi here. I know in Rojas City they have Boteju. Iloilo City's got Boteju at SM Mall. That's my favorite place to eat Japanese food. I checked my fuel economy yesterday on Aerox 155. I got 52 kilometers a liter on the trip. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's on a liter, man. That's, man, 122 miles per gallon. Having so much fun and resetting my peaceful attitude. New favorite Philippines pizza is Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. All right, all right. So you went to Rojas and JP went because there's no Pizza Hut in Calibo. The only Pizza Hut that I know closest here is at Rojas. So JP went to Rojas City yesterday to get him some Pizza Hut. All right, all right. There's also a Pizza Hut in Iloilo City. Most of the things that you see in Iloilo City, Rojas City has, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot here in Calibo. We're not a city. Calibo is not a city. Rojas is a city. Rojas City and then Iloilo City. That's why we don't have a SM Mall here. We don't have Robinson's Mall here. So I can tell JP went to Rojas City because he said favorite pizza now is Pizza Hut. Good AM, Lowell Bill. Morning posse from Captain Ron. We're saving you a posse hat, Captain Ron. We're saving you a posse hat if you make it out here to Panay Island. And Henry, congratulations on your 10th wedding. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't even believe it's been 10 years. We got married in Boracay. Our reception in Boracay was at Puka Beach in Boracay 10 years ago. They don't allow weddings anymore at Puka Beach. Even on the main beach, White Beach, you have to be closer to the hotel. But back then, they were pretty lenient. They let you. Our reception was right on the white sand of Puka Beach. It was so awesome. We had it catered. There used to be a restaurant there, Puka Grande restaurant right there at the entrance of Puka Beach, and we had them cater our food. So very memorable, very memorable for Dazzle and I. My titos said hi, hey, my titos, bamboo furniture plus throw pillow. Yeah, that's the trick. That's the trick. That's what I did, Fortune. Bamboo pillow. I actually had them custom made me some throw pillows because it's so cheap here. I went to the shopping, JP. When it's time, if you buy the bamboo furniture, go to shopping and you can pick out the material, the design on your, if you want like the Hawaiian design, and the measurement on the pillow for your furniture. They'll do it at the shopping. They have like a seamstress there, tailors there, custom made, custom made. They'll just give them the dimension of your couch, your chairs. They'll hook it up. Very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. JP, does it taste like Pizza Hut pizza? For me, Captain Ron, it does. Because I've had Pizza Hut. They used to, Boracay used to have a Pizza Hut, but they closed. But I've had Pizza Hut in Iloilo City. Man, it's delicious. It's they maybe a lot more cheese. The pizzas here in the Philippines, they really like to load you up on cheese. Maybe a little skimpy on the sauce, but you can always tell them, hey, extra sauce. I do not mind paying extra sauce, but they do not scrimp on the cheese. They love cheese here in the Philippines. And hey Paul, hey good morning, hey Paul. He's in Iloilo City too. My friend Paul. I met him. I met him at SNR. SNR. We ran to each other SNR, but we were messaging each other, and we just happened to run into SNR. Hope you're doing well, Paul. I'm headed to Iloilo City this coming week, but it's our anniversary, Paul. So Dazzle Night is gonna be just a kind of like our time together. So I know you wanted to get together, but next time, it's like I'm not gonna do it. We're not gonna do any meetups this time, just because it's our 10th wedding anniversary. We wanted our alone time, and I want to make sure Dazzle has fun. Sometimes Dazzle, it with the meetups, it becomes work sometimes for her because for me, I'm just outgoing. It's like I have that personality. Dazzle, she really has to get to know you first before she opens up to you. But once Dazzle knows you and likes you, like JP, Dazzle likes Edgar, Dazzle likes Ruben. She'll kid around, she knows the humor, the expat humor, the sarcasm. You're yeah, but with most Filipinas, it's like that here in the Philippines. When you initially meet them, first time meeting, they don't talk much. Most Filipinas anyway don't talk much. But me, I'm good at that. That's why sometimes it's kind of gets awkward with what Dazzle when we meet people that she hasn't met before. Me, I'm just good at that. I'm always been an extrovert. I always I'm a talkative. Right? You can see, man. I can talk, man. Inen. Mabuhay from Fort Washington, Maryland. All right, Ferdinand. All right, all right. Peanut butter. Hey, peanut butter. PVT. Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. Expat Life. That's my brother. That's my brother in Leyte, Belus. Good morning, Gino and the crew. Lot of maintenance after the bills. I know, right? The vanilla farm. I'm sure a lot of, especially with this heat. I'm sure you need to be watering the vanilla plants, man. I know a lot of work, a lot of maintenance, and my brother's vanilla farm in Leyte. Sunny and hot in Leyte. Light rain twice. Oh, nice though. That's good. That man, we have not seen any rain here. It is dry as a bone here, man. When I go outside on Bumblebee, even the rice field, you can tell they're turning brown. It used to be like super green. Now they're turning brown, man. Jokano, morning beauty. JP, hello, Master Yoda. Joe JP, all salute. So, if everything is blue with JP, does he sing the blues during karaoke session? You know what? I I don't think we've had a karaoke session yet with JP because I can't remember JP singing karaoke, but we'll work on that. We'll work on that, Joe. We'll work on that. Our next karaoke at La Casa Española, we're gonna make sure JP sings. I miss Wyoming beef and Arizona Mexico. Oh yeah, man, I miss Arizona Mexican food too. I lived in Tucson, Arizona. My last 7 years in the United States, so Tucson, Arizona. We got some good Mexican food in Arizona. In Tucson, the food trucks, those little tiny tacos, they're almost like one bite you can bite that tacos. Soft shell tacos. Al pastor, the al pastor, man. You don't get me started. Then Belus, I love Arizona Mexican food. Them breakfast burritos. I know. I still make my own version of breakfast burrito. I try, with like potatoes, eggs, bacon, green peppers, red onions here. I do the wrap. I do make my own breakfast burrito, but nothing like what I had in Arizona. Hey Colonel, good morning, Colonel, and sportsman. Hey Colonel, Dazzle and I are headed your way in Iloilo City, but we're not gonna do any meetups, Colonel, because it's our 10th wedding anniversary. I want it to be special for Dazzle. I want to make sure I treat Dazzle like a queen. Like everything's gonna be all about Dazzle. Restaurant she wants to hit, shopping. You know what I mean. Hope you understand, Colonel, because I know Colonel's there. There's many people there in Iloilo City when we're there. We try to meet up, but this time we're only gonna be there three days anyway. So, but it's all gonna be for Dazzle for our anniversary. And I won't do live streams while we're in Iloilo City. Like I said, I wanted to make it special for Denzel. I don't want her feeling like I can't drop. I'm gonna drop YouTube for now. Focus on Denzel on our 10th wedding anniversary. The goat. Good morning, the goat. That's cool. Got my posse hat sitting. All right. Mine is in the car. I left my posse hat in the car because usually it's in the back there. That way I always have a hat to wear. We were wearing it when we went to New Washington for seafood. Me, Daniel, and JP were all wearing our Panay posse hat. And 10 years, salute, thank you, Belus, appreciate it. Morning, Colonel and Ron. God bless. Good morning, Expat Life Belus. Hey, Michael Manastas, my brother in Northern California. Good morning, brother Gino and everyone. Hello, Lowell, Michael C. Oh, Michael C's here? I think I might have, if I skipped you, Michael C, I apologize. Sometimes when I scroll down, but if you're here, hey, Colonel, or should I say goat? But I think now it is. No, it's goat. It's goat. And I was watching. I was watching the your video, Colonel. The Toro. The one with the horns. That was funny. And then I like how the goats. They kind of like hide in the shade. They're kind of chill, but that's kind of cool, man. I agree. Pizza Hut pizza tasted the same as U.S. pizza. I do not remember Shakey's pizza. Yeah, and even now, JP, I'm kind of disappointed with Shakey's Pizza here in Calibo because when I had Shakey's Pizza in Manila growing up in Cubao, and even one year Dazzle and I went to Cubao, the same. It's crunchy. The thin crust pizza is crunchy. Here, and what I didn't like was it lacked sauce. For some reason when they make pizza here, they don't put a lot of sauce on it. They put a lot of cheese, but not a lot of sauce. I always have to tell them. They're like, I want some sauce on my pizza, man. Especially like Angel's Pizza, that's that one popular in Calibo now. It's a franchise, Angel's Pizza. Man, there's barely any sauce on it. It's all cheese and bread, so it just doesn't taste right to me when there's no sauce. I like that tomato sauce, marinara sauce on my pizza. What Crisel isn't letting you hold her baby chick baby chick anymore? Inan. Yes, Dazzle is a good person and Gino is a blessed man by her. Oh, amen. Each day, man, I feel blessed. I feel blessed, Colonel, man. I got all, got, I live with three women, mom, Dazzle, and they take good care of me, right? It's like, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And good AM, PBT, Belus, Colonel Michael M, Captain Ron, Colonel, your main squeeze is sure is pretty. Yeah. Thank you for the kind words, Captain Ron. Yes, she is Captain Ron, and she is such a sweet person. Yes, that's one. Yeah, I haven't met her in person, but I could tell she's just a really nice Filipina, sweet Filipina. Joe, I haven't seen a peep that human friendly ever before. Oh, that's awesome, Colonel. I can tell. I can tell, Colonel. You just get vibe from people. Merle, hey Merle, good morning to all the beautiful people watching Kuya Gino's That's Alive. Please share this video all over the world. Greetings from San Diego. Karaoke na po. All right. We haven't done karaoke because of mom's not been here. Mom's really like she loves karaoke. You could if I told her, hey, let's do karaoke, she's always a go for it. But she's in Katiklan right now, waiting for their dog in Katiklan to have babies. So she's waiting. She's just waiting for the dog to deliver babies. So true, Gino. The people here are really quiet into themselves until you're accepted into the community, and then look out. I know, right? Right. Same thing with Dazzle. Colonel, all of them. Edgar, JP can tell you. Dazzle, in the first meeting she might be quiet, but once she likes you, man, she's talkative. She'll joke around. She knows the expat humor. Like I said, sarcasm doesn't bother her. It's like she understands. She's been married to me 10 years, so she knows all about American humor by now. The best pizza I ever had was Chicago pizza, 2 slices, and you are in heaven. You're the is that the deep dish? The deep dish Chicago pizza. Good morning, Go TV from JP. Thanks, Joe, for the kind words. I will pass them on to her later. She's working now. There's James. James and Karen's Adventures. All right. Good morning, James. I was watching your video earlier, the new one, the new release, where you're counting that 28,000 pesos for the motorbike. Man, that's a great deal, man. 28,000. That's a little over $400, man. That's a great deal on a motorbike, and the motorbike looks nice. And JP Colonel, wow, happy anniversary. Enjoy. Yes, yes, definitely. We're going to have a good time. Like I said, it's going to be just Dazzle and I. I'm going to make sure she has a good time. It's all about Dazzle on this trip to no live stream. I'm going to, it's like I'm going to drop the live stream. Might not even blog. I might blog like walking in the morning because she's not with me anyway. She doesn't get up anyway. So I'll walk around Iloilo early morning, like my morning walk. I'll vlog, but that's about it. I'm not gonna vlog like our celebration, our celebration. That's gonna be just ours. But Basil, wow, you're English speaking Tagalog. Yes, I'm fluent. I'm fluent in Tagalog. I'm fluent in English. I spent half of my life in America, over 30 years in America, and now going on 27 years here. My first 12 years, born and raised in Manila, moved to the United States, lived there for 30 years over plus, come back here when I was 45. Now I've been living here for 15 years. So I'm fluent. I'm fluent in both Tagalog and English. I just speak English because most of my viewers, most of the people that watch our channel are English speaking. Most of them are living in the United States or here, or they're here because they came here because they watch our channel. I like helping people make the move from America to here, especially the ones that are retiring. But I do get Filipino Americans also, Philams from the US that contact me, like like my friend from San Diego. He was just Merle. He's moving here to Boracay. He's moving here to Boracay, so I will be his guide on his move to Boracay. I'll make sure he has a soft landing, a good transit, introduce him to people that I know in Boracay, landlords that I know, friends that I know in Boracay, Dazzle's family in Boracay, so at least when he lands in Boracay, he won't be alone. He won't feel like, dang, I don't know anybody here. It's like, to me, that helps your transition when you're coming to a place in the Philippines. If you meet somebody before you get here, and it doesn't have to be a Filipina, right? A lot of times that's what happens. It's like you do the LDR, the long distance relationship with a Filipina. Uh, to me, if my advice to people is like, get here first to the Philippines. Select the place that you like in the Philippines. Like, you're retiring. You're in that age when you're retiring, right? What is your dream retirement in the Philippines? Do you want to live by the beach? Do you want to live by the mountain, Baguio City, Tagaytay? You know, do you want to go to Palawan? Go to the place where you want to be, right? You're gonna meet a Filipina there anyway. Anywhere you go in the Philippines, there's Filipinas everywhere. To me, I think when you do that LDR, especially now, right, the dating, online dating, man, that's difficult. You might get catfish in there. You might get, you don't, anything can go, a lot of things can go wrong. I know some people have gotten lucky, dating online, but for the most part, it's hard to date online, especially, here in the Philippines. They're here in the Philippines, you're in America, and then, once they start asking for money, that kind of thing, and a lot of times what happens, what I see is that, you might end up at a place where you don't really want to go. It's like, that Filipina could be in Mindanao, could be in like a remote area of the Philippines where they're not close to a city, so to me, go to the place where you want to be at, that way you're comfortable, you'll have a soft landing. You're in Iloilo City, you're in Rojas City, you're in Dumaguete City. There's expats in there. There's American food that you like. You're more comfortable. It's like the Filipino will come. It doesn't matter where you go in the Philippines. You're gonna meet a Filipina here. Colonel, it's all good, Gino. You both deserve it. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you. I'm glad you understand. Colonel. Team Melker, AZ. I tried living in Arizona in 1997. It was way too hot. Way too hot. For me, I lived there 7 years. I think I got used to it. The dry heat. They call it the dry heat. My move there was because I got hired at St. Mary's Hospital in Tucson, Arizona. That's why I moved to Arizona. I had retired from the United States Air Force, and I got a job offer at St. Mary's Hospital. That's why I ended up there. But I enjoyed it. I was a bike rider. I was a cyclist during my time there. I enjoyed it. I was 37 years old. I was fit. I was riding. I was a cyclist. So Arizona's ideal if you're a cyclist because there's a lot of bicycle clubs. Also the El Tour de Tucson, 100-mile race in Tucson, during November, and I used to train for that. Did a couple of El Tour de Tucson. I had to go back to Maryland. It's summer like there now in the PH, yeah. And I didn't have any trouble when I was in Tucson. Like I said, I had an activity though. I had a job, and then once I'm off work, most of the time I spend on my bicycle. James and Karen, happy anniversary! Hey, thank you, James, thank you. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go to, like I said, it's gonna be like we're gonna get a getaway. I'm gonna get away. No live stream, no YouTubing. It's just gonna be Dazzle and I for a few days. Good morning, Belus, James, and Karen. Colonel, I misspoke on Michael. Oh no, okay, all right, no worries, no worries. I thought when Michael C, I was like, I might have missed it. I might have missed it. No worries, Colonel. We have so many Michaels, right? Michael S, Michael C, so. Shakey's Pizza is suspect. Just say, I know, right, Colonel? I've had better Shakey's. The one in Calibo, I'll eat it. Dazzle likes it, so we still go to Shakey's. Not often, but I've had better Shakey's. Like I said, A lot of times they're lacking in the sauce. Usually with pizza here. Joe Cano, are they the ones that made you move tables, Colonel? Made you move tables, Colonel? JP Goat. It's good to have eye candy on your channel. It's good eye candy on your. Congrats, Colonel and Chriselle. Nice. Yes, 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 definitely. Fortune. Good AM, James and Karen. Happy 10th. Gino and Dazzle. Thank you, Fortune. Thank you. Thank you. I don't understand the one, Joe. I missed something. Yeah, yeah. I didn't get that either, Colonel. Merle. Kuya Gino is kind and humble person. So as Jogo Wonder. Yeah, I watched his vlogs. I like watching him. He's from North Carolina. Thanks, Fortune. Got one of your hometown girls. Oh yeah, right, right. Hometown, Iloilo, Ilongo, Ilonga. On your trip to Leyte, you did a video at a pizza place and was upset about them having you move to a Oh, okay, okay. Ah, Joe, now I understand. Yeah, Shakey's is not one of my first. Yeah, yeah. It wouldn't be one of. I would prefer Pizza Hut too instead of Shakey's. I'm not even a big fan of Angel's Pizza, the new pizza place in Calibo. Now, Daniel, while he was here, I took him to Cafe Iyagi, and he had this Cafe Iyagi has a brick oven, and Daniel had a margarita pizza to take out, and he said it's the best pizza he's eaten. So now I'm gonna try that pizza. I had a feeling it was gonna be a good pizza because I was looking at their pizza menu. They got like legit mozzarella, legit other cheeses and toppings. So I'm gonna have to check out that Cafe Iyagi pizza. That's gonna be the next pizza we eat in Cali because I really want to try that. I like pulling 125k pesos out of my cargo. Ah, yeah, I know, right? I know. That's awesome, man. That's a stack. That's a stack of 1,000 peso bills. 1,000 pesos is like $18. So 125,000. That's a stack of and that's how it is here. That's how it is here. When you buy a motorbike, it's usually cash. Heck, when we bought our car, we carried cash. Our Toyota Wigo 2019 Toyota Wigo, it was 620,000 in cash. I had to go to the bank in Calibo and get cash. I had a backpack, and when I got to the cashier at Toyota, I was stacking. I felt like like one of those criminal element, like stacks of money, and they don't have the machine that counts, right? So the lady had to get the stacks and she had to like count it by hand. They don't have that, the machine where you put that, does that. They didn't have that at Toyota. She had to count each bill, she has to count each bill. I want to be the most exciting, dangerous, or please nice, Oh man, Gustavo Fring. All right, all right. I decide what he deserves. No one else. Yeah, yeah. I know. I know. I'm not. You're not the only one that's called me Gustavo Fring, man. That's why I have that line from Better Call Saul, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to like say that line every time. I want to be okay. I'm excited. Same Wolf. Hello, Gino. How are you doing? How is your family doing? May God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the prayers. We're doing well. We're doing well. It's summer vacation for Leanna. Dazzle and I were gonna head out and celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary. Mom and Leanna, they'll stay back because we have two dogs here. They're gonna watch our dogs, but we'll make sure we bring them like gifts coming home. Pasalubong from Iloilo. JP Calibo, I may have run into 100 kph on wow. Kidnap you hit 100. Oh man, you hit 100. I've never I don't drive fast, so if you ride with me, if you get a chance to ride with me in our car, I'm like I drive like an old man. I drive really slow. I take my time. No accidents, no accidents. The best deserve the best. Gino Dassel, incognito for the few days. Take great care. Thank you, Bon. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna be low profile this time when we go to Iloilo City. That way, it's just a celebration. That's why I want to make sure Dazzle feels special. You know, it's a special event. You know, it's like you only celebrate a 10th wedding anniversary once. You know, so I want to make sure no interruptions, and it's just me and her just having a good time. Happy anniversary, Gino, to you and your wife. Thank you so much. Same Wolf. Shakey's in Manila is okay. Maybe those guys in the kitchen there. Yeah, I think so. I think so, Fortune. The one in Calibo, we only have one Shakey's in Calibo, and I I just remember Shakey's tasting better. You know, it's like a lot of times when I go to Shakey's now, I order spaghetti. You know, they're called skilletti. You know, it comes in a little skillet. It's got pepperoni on it, spaghetti with pepperoni, because their pizza is just, for me, it's just okay. Nothing, no, you know, nothing, you know, like Pizza Hut. I love Pizza Hut when I go to Rojas City or Iloilo City, because man, it's like when you pick up your pizza, it's heavy. It's got like weight on it. It's got a lot of cheese on it. You know, the Shakey's pizza, man, it's kind of light. You know, it's not even really crunchy, and it's lacking in topping. So it's like uh, not becoming a big fan of the Shakey's pizza in Calibo. The Colonel's Chronicles. Hey, hey, hey. There's a saying, Colonel, just get beautiful. Just get beautiful. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Good AM from Fortune. Fortune. Derek, just got an update. Phillies beating, oh man, 9-2. Now, wow. Yeah. Well, the Phillies are strong. You know, it's like, it's only one game. Many more games, Derek. Yes, Fortune. Lone Star. Hey, Lone Star. My friend in Texas, Alan. How did you know? More Boracay Bridge news I see, maybe. All right. Since you're saying the news, I don't know how many comments, but I'll start on my news. I try to have news, and one of my news topic is Boracay Island. Boracay Island was uh, San Miguel Corporation, basically the Department of Public, the, DPWH, Department of Public Works here in the Philippines, have granted, they won the bid. You know how if somebody's going to construct a bridge, there's several bids. San Miguel Corporation won the bid, uh, 7.8 billion pesos. I'm sure that's got to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. You know, we're talking millions of dollars on to build the bridge. There's opposition for the bridge from the local people of Malay, also some people here in the province. But my personal opinion, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen because that's too big a project. You know, that's going to employ a lot of people, and it's going to modernize Boracay, modernize Malay. Boracay Island belongs to the municipality of Malay, and Malay, the municipality, the town of Malay, they've been wanting cityhood. They've been pushing for cityhood for Malay. Same thing with Calibo. Fortune just shared. Calibo is trying to push to become a city, but with the bridge, that might come into fruition more for Malay, right? It's $1 billion, 7.78 billion pesos, that's over $100 million project to build the bridge. Um, so and it's San Miguel Corporation. It's hard to go up against San Miguel Corporation here in the Philippines. Uh, Very high influence because San Miguel doesn't only own like the beer. They're into everything here. They build bridges, they build roads, they build airports, they food. I mean, it's a conglomerate. It's like San Miguel is just like humongous company here. Hard to go against, the little town of Malay. The politicians there, or even Aklan. Hard for them to like killed that project. This project has been in the talks for many years. Studies have been made with this bridge that they're going to build. It's not going to allow. They're not going to allow you to drive to Boracay Island with the bridge. That's one of the things. It's the main thing is like getting garbage is a big issue in Boracay. Many tourists, many hotels, many they have to like barge ferry the garbage to the mainland of the landfill. Now they're going to allow trucks. There's going to be a walking. You can walk to Boracay. Also a bicycle to Boracay once the bridge is made. 2.54 kilometer bridge will connect mainland Aklan to Boracay. Maybe I have a play. I have a. We bought in on the Katiklan side on the mainland. I think our property, all the property in Katiklan, I think it's gonna jump. With the bridge being built. Yeah, just my thinking. Just my thinking. So, and definitely improve. It's a hassle during rainy season, especially typhoons. The ferries get shut down. Sometimes you get trapped in Boracay for a couple of days, sometimes a week. Same thing on the mainland. Electricity. They had a power outage in Boracay because they run the electricity in the water, underneath the water, and it always gets damaged. Almost every year it gets damaged. Now with the bridge, they're gonna put that electric on the beneath the bridge, so it's gonna be more secure. It's not gonna have that problem with water, with drinking water and electricity. So I'm for the bridge. I'm for the bridge. I know people, they want to, I understand the nostalgic, like, oh, it's not going to be an island anymore. They're going to ruin Boracay. I don't think so. I don't think so. If anything, San Miguel, they're a responsible company. I'm sure they did the studies, environmental and all that. Right now they're charging you 300 pesos for environmental fee to go to into Boracay, and I don't see where they're spending it. I don't know where they're spending that 300 pesos per person to go to Boracay. So I know San Miguel's a legit corporation. I know I think they're gonna do a good job. They're gonna do a good job when it's all said and done. I think everybody's gonna be happy once the bridge is built. Ruben! Hey, Ruben! Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Ruben's in Calibo too. He's been there now for like I think 16 months. 16 months now in Calibo. I often go to Iyagi Cafe for yogurt. Try the pizza. Try the pizza now, Ruben, because Daniel tried the pizza and he said really good pizza. It's on the way to the port. Yeah, on the way to Lambingan Beach, on the way to the Esplanade. So why not stop there for yogurt? Yeah, yeah. We just had yogurt there the other day, a couple of days ago. We took Daniel, and JP. We took JP too to have some frozen. It's the only frozen yogurt in Calibo, I think. I haven't seen anywhere else. I finally had pizza. Oh, you did? Okay, good, good. First time. Ordered pepper. Oh, you're disappointed. Oh man, that's too bad. That's because Daniel loved the margarita. He ordered the margarita pizza. You got disappointed with the pepperoni. I will still try it. I will give them a chance. I will give them a chance. I will order. Maybe I'll order the margarita since the pepperoni was disappointing. Morning, Ruben. We're in baseball. Is yes, definitely right there. Where it's like they've only played like 15 games. We got like what 145, 145 more games. James and Karen Gino is showing us how it's done. A beautiful young wife and carefree attitude. Gino is the real. Oh, thank you for the kind words, brother. Appreciate that, James. Others are plastic and fake. Gino is authentic. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me, James. Coming from you, brother, that means a lot. That means a lot. Ruben, how is it, Joe? How is it, Joe? Vaughn, yes, the Expat Information Network. Only the news relevant to expats. but will they control what goes onto the bridge? Seems Boracay doesn't want outside traffic there. Am I wrong? Yeah, you're not going to be able to drive your vehicle or even your motorbike, Colonel, because what's going to happen is they're gonna have like the e-trike transport from the mainland to Boracay. Same, you'll be able to walk if you want to walk the bridge or you ride your bicycle in the bridge, but not your vehicle or motorbike. There's still, in Boracay, you have to have a permit to ride your motorbike, and they limit that permit, Malay, the municipality of Malay. So basically, there's going to be like a transportation depot from the mainland side, and they'll take you on an e-trike electric tricycle to the Boracay side and drop you off there, and then you're on your own. You can take a e-trike. E-trike is the way to go in Boracay because they're trying to reduce, they're trying to be more environmental friendly. The main thing is the transportation of garbage out of Boracay, because daily they just tons and tons of garbage, so that they have to, like, on a landfill in the mainland. You don't want a landfill in Boracay, right? They used to have a landfill there by Mount Luho, and that was terrible. That was terrible. I mean, you can't have that in Boracay. It's like a tourist destination, have that mountain of garbage there. So I think it's gonna help. I think it's gonna help with that, and then also transportation of goods, instead of like putting all the supplies for the hotel, the restaurants on boats. They can use the bridge for that. They can use the bridge for that, and then of course the bridge. I'm sure San Miguel is not building the bridge for free. Anything San Miguel does, there's gonna be a toll. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to. I would not be being surprised if you walk on the bridge, you still have to pay, or the bicycle across the bridge, you still have to pay. They got to get back their 7.78 billion pesos. I mean, that's a corporation. San Miguel's in it for the money. Phase one, bridge. Phase two, bigger airport. Um, they're already building the airport, JP. On the mainland side, they're already building a big terminal, departure and arrival in the same terminal. That's already being built in Katiklan. I already saw the big cranes. You already see the big cranes. They're already building it. I think 2 years. 2 years is the projected finish time for the new terminal in Katiklan, Boracay Airport. But the boat companies will lose. That was the thing. That was the thing. That's why the boat people, the ferry people, they wear shirts like "No to the bridge, no to the bridge." But I think they have plans for them. They have plans for maybe more island hopping, or maybe move them to like a different location in the Philippines. Bohol, maybe Palawan, maybe. But yes, definitely the people that have boats will suffer for sure. And that was the two people that are against the bridge are the boat people and the municipality of Malay, because when you go through the port, Colonel, remember, you got to pay the terminal fee, and that now they're not going to be able to charge terminal fee. That 150 pesos per person terminal fee, because San Miguel's going to take over the collecting of fees to go to Boracay. So they're going to be against it because they're going to lose a lot of income. That's a lot of money, a lot of terminal fee going to Boracay Island on a daily basis. Will they put power lines with the bridge? Yes, the power lines. When I saw the plans, not only the power lines underneath the bridge, I guess like connected it, also the water supply to Boracay, because that's an issue too. It's the water supply to Boracay. Yes, it will alleviate the. Every year, Boracay Island has massive issues with power outage because the cable that they run underneath the water, it always gets damaged. July last year, one whole week, no electricity in Boracay and that's not a good look. When you have whole week of no electricity in Boracay, the main number one tourist destination in the Philippines. That's not a good look for tourism here. That's why they're pushing for that bridge. GP, I hope power. If I, yeah, I'm sure fiber optic. I'm sure all that. I'm sure all that is, and it's gonna be built by San Miguel, so it's not gonna be, I'm not saying, like a government project. You have problems with people skimming money. Like the construction might not be the best, but San Miguel top notch. That's a private company. That's it's a There's a shareholders for San Miguel, so they're gonna build a very nice bridge. It will be controlled, Colonel, limited to residents, vehicles by hotels, supply. Yes, yes, correct, 100%. Fortune, very controlled. Though. They're not going to allow, like me with my car or me with my motorbike. I'm not a resident of Boracay. They're not going to let me go in there. I believe that. I believe that, Colonel. Bond, bike to Boracay is a right to me, man. That's an incentive, man. I'll be like that. That'd be awesome. I'll be riding my bicycle to Boracay. I used to ride my mountain bike in Boracay. Anyway, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome, man. I don't mind even paying a toll for my bicycle to get into Boracay. Ferry service for sure, for sure. They can go back to island, yeah, island hopping trips. Heck, they can go fishing, yeah, right? Go back to fishing or other places in the Philippines that might need their services, like Palawan, Bohol. Many islands, many islands. I'm sure if you stop the ferry people in Boracay, these captains, the boat owners, they'll go somewhere, wherever they can earn money for sure. The bridge is all weather, right? And that's the main thing too. It's like you're no longer going to be stranded in the mainland or in Boracay during typhoons. I also am for the bridge. See, Fortune, for unimpeded movement of people and supplies. It will by San Miguel. More efficient because right now it's not efficient, man. I'm surprised not many more people get injured by the ferry system that they have now, right? Right for I've filmed it many times, right? The ferry, sometimes the tide, it's like or the waves are strong, the current. So when you're getting on the boat, the boat is like bopping up and down. They have this skinny ramp with like handrails, and sometimes you're carrying your bags, your suitcase. You're going through that, and you're like, getting off balance. I'm surprised that not many. And it's good that not many people get injured, but it's just not a safe process. The boats itself, when you get in the boats like this time of the year, it is like an oven in there. There is no AC on the boats, right? So yeah, you cram all those people in a boat. Sometimes they'll open the window, but it's glass, to protect from the splash of the water. It is just an oven there. It's like, and then sometimes. They have to wait for the boat to fill up, of course. If you're one of the very first to get on the boats, it fits like close to 80 people, 70, 80 people. It might be a while till it fills up. So, man, you're like cooking in there, man. It's like an oven in there. You're sweating in there. You're gonna be, you're tired from your plane trip, especially if you're coming from abroad, coming from another country. It's just not efficient. That's one thing about Boracay, and the terminal itself's a nightmare. When you're a tourist, you gotta get a pay terminal fee in one window. You gotta pay environmental fee on one window. You gotta pay your boat fee on another window. There's a welcoming, table where you guys present your documents, IDs, hotel where you're staying. It's just, and then during the summer, there's just thousands of people waiting to do that. It's just not efficient. I know if San Miguel takes it over instead of the government, it's gonna run smooth because San Miguel's gonna like they're gonna like it's like money. It's like get me your money, get me Hey, they'll probably institute like online pay. Just hey, you're good. They tried to do that. They tried to do that automated with the port. It never seems to work, man. It's always chaos, man. This time of the year, if you're going to Boracay during the summer months, you got to bring a lot of patience at that terminal, man. It's the craziest terminal. And then sometimes the AC don't work. The AC don't work. Fortune. Good AM, Ruben. Castaway, hey, Castaway Trip. All right. Michael S. The Duke of Duma. The Duke of Duma, my brother from another. Hello, hello. Mahalo, mahalo, Fortune from Ruben. MLB 100. I know, man. We're a long way from the playoffs. We're a long way from the playoffs, Fortune. Have a wonderful Tuesday, peeps. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, yeah. I think. Yeah, it's Tuesday. April 14th, Tuesday. Fortune, that's a PPP, private public partnership. So government does not pour money, but it's all private, San Miguel Corporation. So government will give SMC like a 25-year toll collection permit, but will approve, agree to increase on toll. All right, man. Thank you. Thank you for that information, Fortune. I know San Miguel, man. They're not in it to, they're in it to make money. It's like anything that San Miguel Corporation touches is a money making machine. They know how to make money. But with that, at least they're efficient, because they want everything efficient. The fastest they can get you into Boracay, the better. In and out of Boracay as fast as they can. Unlike the local government when they run you through the terminal, man. It's always chaos. It's always chaos trying to get into Boracay. Pinay Heart. Hello, hello, Kuya Gino. Hello, Pinay Heart from Oceanside, California. Lowell, Fortune. I have Viber under my name. Thanks. All right. Hello, Pinay Heart. Lowell. Hello, Pinay Heart. God bless. Hi, Colonel Kuya Fortune. Pinay Heart. Pinay Heart, how's the weather there? Are you close to the ocean? Yes, yeah. I know they're close to the ocean. I know. Oceanside, California. Great Lowell Fortune. Von, if only locals and service trucks going through the bridge, then the ferry boat will not run out of customers. Uh, I think they will. I think they'll because they're like I was saying they're gonna have like from the mainland side to the Boracay they're gonna have e-trikes just dropping people off. At one time they were even talking about a cable car, but now I know what they're thinking. It's like the e-trikes just point to point, like mainland, and it's only 2.4 kilometers to the other side, drop you off, and a continuous drop off people. Um, the ferry boats definitely will lose their business, unfortunately. Somebody's got it. Viber is popular here. Mom Jackie, how are you? Fortune. But Vaughn, they can organize minibus to transport the tourists from Katiklan Transport Hub to Boracay transport instead of boats. These minibuses will go round trip, not yeah. It's gonna go either the e-trike or the minibus. They're just gonna go from mainland. The minute they hit Boracay on the other side, drop people off and turn around. It's a constant turnaround. Just the 2.4 kilometer bridge. Good AM, Mike S., the Duke of Duma. When I arrived in Katiklan, there must have been 3 plane loads of passengers waiting for luggage like sardines. Yes, yes. And it's like that. It's like arrival in Boracay Airport. You saw how small, right? JP, tiny building with like plane after plane after plane landing. It's like just not efficient. Everything they do, unfortunately, from the arrival of the tourists in Boracay Airport to going to the terminal on a tricycle and getting to the terminal to the ferry. If I was a tourist, it's a nightmare. It's a night. I feel for them. Me, I can bypass all that because I'm an Aclanon resident, so I don't have to pay terminal fee, environmental fee. We're in and out of the term. When we go to Boracay, we know that we're on a separate line, the Aclanon residents, and we just know. And if you're your first time to Boracay, man, hire somebody. If your first time to Boracay trip, hire one of those tour transport. They'll transport you from the airport to your hotel. Pay the extra money. It's worth it. It's worth it because if you try to do it yourself, uh, you're gonna get stressed even before you get to Boracay. It's not worth to save a little bit of money. Pay the extra money. Let the people carry your luggage. Take you from the airport in a van. You don't have to drive the tricycle. They'll take you to port. And a lot of times when they take you to port, they take care of all your fees and they bypass people. They cut the line because Southwest Tours is one of the many tour companies do that. And then when you get to Boracay, they'll take you to your hotel. Pay the extra money. Pay the extra money. Um, it's worth it. It's worth, especially if it's your first time. Now, if you're a second time, if you've been to Boracay and you know the process and you don't mind the waiting, you don't mind the lines, then I can see. But first time, that way you can enjoy your vacation. That way, you can get from the airport to your hotel as fast as you can and no hassle. Hi, Pinahart, Von, Fortune, Pinahart. Hello, sorry I was driving earlier. The weather is nice. I just saw the sea lions. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Sea lions, sea lions. San Miguel Beer in near Malacanang. Oh, the palace. Malacanang Palace is where the president lives. It's our White House. Malacanang Palace is like the White House of the Philippines. Then expanded to food manufacturing, then power, oil, tollway. I mean, they're a conglomerate at this point, right? They're like one of the biggest companies now here in the Philippines. Hello, James and Karen from Same Wolf, Merle. I'm still here po, watching. Oh, no worries. Playing bowl. Oh, nice. Bowling. That's awesome, man. I'm a bowler. And it's like, I used to play bowling in the military, hospital team. I used to be in a hospital team. Yes, JP. SMC project also to expand the terminal, make both arrival in the same area. Yeah, they're it's already building. They already have like the metal, the big metal, the foundation. They're at that point already. The last time I saw it, Fortune. It was showering around 4 p.m. soon as I got into the harbor, but there's still some sea lions. Oh, that's awesome. I remember sea lions. I used to go to when I lived in Long Beach on the weekends. My mom had friends that had boats, and we would sail to Catalina Island, uh, from Long Beach, and I used to see sea lions and everything there. I just sat there. A lot of people sailing too. Yeah, sailing. You know, one of the things in Long Beach, we had a Long Beach dock where a lot of people owned their boats. Captain Run, the sea lions sure are loud and hungry. Yep, I remember. I remember. Fortune. Right now, departure is in Katiklan. Yes, I took Daniel there yesterday at the departure. Arrival is in Nabas. Both are small. Even the departure is small because there's so many passengers. Like even yesterday, when I dropped off Daniel, there's a line outside the door. You know, people are standing outside the door to get into the airport because it's so packed in there. And with I got Daniel there by 8:30. It was already hot, man. It was already hot. Daniel was already sweating standing outside, but it's unfortunate that's the way it works. There's even to get in because once the entrance to the airport, it's a small airport. They have like immediately they have to like scan your bags, through the X-ray machines. So there's always a congestion there. Then check you in by the different Air Asia, Cebu Pacific, Philippine Airlines, and then you got to go to another security check. It's like and then the terminal once you get in there is tiny. It's like man, it's standing room. You run out of seats. But they do have a Starbucks. The only Starbucks in mainland Aklan is inside the airport. Hi, GP Captain Ron from Pinay Heart. Yeah, they are loud and very clingy to each other. Clingy. When you fly out of Boracay, you enter Katiklan terminal. They will bus you. Yeah, they will bus you to the arrival. where the planes are parked. Sea lions seem happy being together. Hapa, hello, hello, Hapa. Castaway, so when you and Dazzle choose to eat out, what is your go to place near you? All right, all right. Mine currently is Astoria with many cuisine options, but was curious if you and Dazzle have a favorite spot. Yes, one of our favorite spot, and we take a lot of the people that are new here, is John and Delpha's Talabahan. Talabahan is the oyster house, and I'm sure you might have seen we film it, the oyster house, because they got the freshest seafood. It's in New Washington, Aklan, 30 minutes away from our house. Everything's so fresh there, man. Like their tuna belly. Oh man, it's like the grilled tuna belly, amazing. No hardly no bones on it. They do it right. You know, the fish, the tuna still moist, super moist. The belly's always the best part of the tuna, and then crispy on the outside, like grilled. I'm allergic to a lot of the shellfish now. I'm allergic, so but Dazzle enjoys it, like the oysters, the shrimp. That's kind of like our go-to, John and Elphas. As far as restaurant in Calibo, the backyard. The backyard is like a is the backyard. It's like outdoor. Almost like it's a big area with seating outside with like umbrella. So you sit outside. American food, Filipino food, shakes, fresh buko. They have a barista. You name it, they have it. And it's always packed. It's always a lot of people eating there. Uh, the best Filipino restaurant in Calibo is the backyard. The NBA play-in, playoffs start this week. All right, man. I know, man. I'll watch my Lakers, man. I root for LA teams, you know, like LA's. I'm a LA sports fan, so and Dazzle she likes the Clippers because of Kawhi Leonard. So we'll watch some NBA. Let's go Spurs! I watched a little bit of Spurs too, Fortune, because I lived in San Antonio. I remember when I was in San Antonio when Tim Duncan got drafted. I was there from 95 to 2000. So the first championship, I was in San Antonio when they won their first championship. I saw many games at the Alamo Dome at the time. It's not the new stadium they have. They used to have give us tickets in the military. I was still in the Air Force, and we used to get tickets. A lot of times, really inexpensive tickets to go to the Spurs games. Go Spurs, go! All right, go Spurs, go! That guy, Victor. Yeah, I know. He might win the MVP. I think Wemby's the MVP. For sure, he's the defensive player of the year, right? But he might even win MVP. I think they have to consider Wemby for MVP this year. Gino, set up a Panay posse and friends gathering at Calibo's bowling lanes for is it called kingpins. That the thing with that, man, Ruben, there's only 8 lanes, and they're always so booked. You know, I'll have to like reserve it weeks in advance for sure. For sure, they have a bowling alley in Calibo, 8 lanes. Right, they refurbished it. It's a nice bowling lane. So yeah, that will be one of our expat activities. I can try to do that. A heavy ball. Esturia in Duma is a fancy restaurant. Oh wow, I didn't know. I didn't know it was a fancy restaurant. Who is your favorite basketball player of all time? Me, it's Kobe. Kobe, I'm a Kobe fan. Kobe Bryant. I'm a Los Angeles fan, and Kobe will be my all-time basketball player. Castaway Drip. Yes, I see all your food. Vid pics and make me hungry. LOL. I don't eat out a lot, but when I do, I treat myself well. Haha, yeah. It's like for us, we end up eating a lot because like when people come want to meet us, they always want to take us out, and of course, we want to take them to a good place. So we usually take them to John and Elphas or the backyard. Those are and then the 8 Bowl Tavern now too. It's a good place to It depends on what they're asking. You know, if they ask me Filipino food, I take them to the backyard. If they want seafood, I take them to John Nelpas. If they want American style burgers, American steak, you know, mac and cheese, Eight Ball Tavern is where I take them. Fortune. I root for San Antonio because of Duncan. Yeah, yeah. That was my time living in San Antonio. When that time it was still Tim Duncan was a rookie, and then David Robinson was still playing, and then Sean Elliott, AJ, Derek, David Robinson, and Ginobili. Yeah, yeah. Ginobili came in later, and then and Tony Parker. I remember. I can't think, but I already left San Antonio by the time. By the time Ginobili joined the team. Lakers Rockets play this weekend. The Clippers Golden State play tomorrow. Play in. Yeah, I'm sure we'll watch tomorrow's game because Dazzle is a fan of Kawhi Leonard, so we'll watch that tomorrow. Nice, Derek. Mine is Michael Jordan. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental. Yeah, the big fundamental. All right, let me see. I'm going to remove this news that I have on Boracay. I do have a couple of news items. One is about Davao, actually. They had a daylight robbery in Davao City. This jewelry store um, got robbed daylight. You know, it's like you rarely hear anything like that. You know, especially Davao. Davao is kind of one of those places that were pretty safe. You know, a lot of police, a lot of security, but a brazen robbery shocked shoppers in Davao City after armed suspects struck a jewelry store inside a mall. Man, inside a mall, broad daylight in Davao City, man. I've never heard anything like that happen here. It happened Saturday, April 11th, around 12 noon. Precious Asher Trading inside a mall in Buhangin. Four armed men declared a holdup, smashed glass display racks, took undetermined gold jewelry, fled in under 1 minute. Man, that was man. These are pros, man. 1 minute, they're like in out. 1 minute. Used scooter type motorcycle. Escaped via the mall's basement. No injuries. So thank goodness, no injuries. Panic occurred. I'm sure. You know, if I was in the mall, I'd be running, man. I'd be like, I'm out of here. You know, if it happened in the mall, but I've just never heard, and especially Davao. Davao's known for like being really a secure area here. Recovered evidence. They said getaway motorcycles found and now under forensic examination. Ongoing manhunt. CCTV. They're going back to CCTV and the Davao City Police. This incident highlights how fast and coordinated robbery operations can occur, even in busy commercial areas during peak hours, like 12 noon, you know, at a mall. You know, it's like, so that just surprised me that that happened in Davao City. George Gervin, the Iceman. I used to have the poster of the George Gervin, the Iceman, where he's like wearing sitting on a block of ice, holding the ball. You know, he can palm the ball because he had big hands. I used to have that for. It's a silver poster, if I could remember correctly. I had a poster of George Gervin. I don't know how I ended up with that poster, but it was in my room at one time. My friend Gino, your channel is really good. I watch you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. I've been trying to get my watch hours to go up. Same channel. Same wolf. 213D. I have 2,000, need 3,000. Oh, okay, good luck. Good luck. Same wolf. Same wolf. Good luck. Good luck. Same wolf. And then there was another incident, I wanted to report too. This one happened in Zamboanga. Now, Zamboanga is one of those places anyway. There's always kind of listed in by the U.S. Embassy, one of the danger places in the southwestern part of Mindanao, Tawi-Tawi, the area Zamboanga. They always have like they want don't travel restriction for Americans there. But this one, I saw this article. Suspect. So they've arrested a suspect. Zamboanga double murder. Um, this one is an expat got involved here. It's I want to say the guy is from Lebanese businessman and his Filipina wife. I saw the video. It's like again, there was two guys sitting there. They were in their business in their a place of business, and the guy they just shot him, and it's got caught on video on CCTV video that when it happened. The mayor, 500,000 peso reward for information leading to arrests. Um, but they have a suspect so far, and then the suspect is saying here that they were paid like 50,000 pesos to rob this couple, this in Sambuanga. This happened on April 10th. Their business is like a digital printing internet cafe. And again, I saw the video on Facebook. They were just sitting there. The couple that ran the business, they were sitting there. There's these two guys sitting. It looks like they were just talking. All of a sudden, they both stood up and shot them. They shot the people at close range, point blank. They shot him. Hopefully, it's not like a crime spree happening here because of the oil crisis. I hope it's not. That's not the case, But it could because all the energy crisis, oil crisis. I don't know if there's going to be increase of crime. Unfortunately, here. Thank you, my friend Gino. God bless. All right, thank you. God bless. God bless. Amen. All right. I did see Dumaguete made some lists recently on a top list for something. LOL. Well, I know Dumaguete City, Michael S. It's always like in the top 10 retirement destination here in the Philippines. It's always been, I remember an article like that's like, it made like one of the best retirement places in the world even at one point. It's like in the top 10 or top 20, and I've been there. I can see why, because it's Dumaguete City is called a city, but to me it's right below city. It's not crowded enough. It's nowhere near like Cebu City, nowhere near like Manila, not even Iloilo City. It's like they're below, like it's almost like kind of like a city and a province in the middle. It's what I consider Dumaguete City. Rabbit Farmer, hey, how goes everyone? Hey, hello, thank you for joining the live stream, Rabbit Farmer. Reminds me of town for sure. Yeah, right. Because like even on Michael S's when he walks around Dumaguete City, you can see it's like it doesn't feel like a metropolis. It doesn't feel like the traffic of Manila. It's mostly tricycles. When you're walking, it's motorcycles and tricycles, shops, small shop. There's no like, tall buildings. There's no massive condominiums like in Iloilo City now, man. It's like condominiums left and right now in Iloilo City. It's got that more like a town, like a small town feel still is Dumaguete City. Very open and unlike yes, definitely. It's like even Bacolod, right, Mike. You lived in Bacolod. It's Bacolod's like, it feels like a city. When you're in Bacolod, you feel like you're in a city. When I went to Dumaguete City, it did not feel like a city to me, especially by the seawall, by the sign, the welcome to Dumaguete, the boulevard. It doesn't feel like a city to me when I'm there. Yeah, yeah. Bacolod, Bacolod, we had to park by SM Mall, and then we walked around by the church. But it's a city. You know, you got to be careful crossing the street. You know, people are gonna run you over. You're crossing the street in Bacolod. Then, all right. I always try to hit my, military. I'm military, so I always try to add a little bit of military news. Military news. I'm close to 2 hours, so I'm going to end here soon. But Balikatan, 2026 is going to start April 20th. So less than a week. Less than a week. Balikatan is going to start here in the Philippines. Military exercises all over the Philippines. Balikatan means shoulder. Balikat is shoulder. So Balikatan, Americans and Filipinos uh, joint exercises, doing all types of Navy, Marine Corps, Army, Air Force, doing exercises together here in the Philippines. This year, for the first time ever, 1,000 Japanese soldiers are going to join. That's never happened. You know, the last time Japanese forces were here in the Philippines was in World War II when they occupied the Philippines. So this is their first time back in the Philippines, and now they're allies. They're now big allies of the Philippines, big friends of the United States. So 1,000 Japanese soldiers will join the Balikatan. Also, 400 Australian military is going to be here in the Philippines for Balikatan. Just massive exercises from the north of Luzon to Mindanao, the whole country, Palawan. There's just lots of military exercises that's going to start April 20. And actually, for the first time, the Marine Expeditionary Group, they actually landed in Mindanao. They're actually going to do more exercises in Mindanao. There's actually plans for having a fuel depot here in Mindanao. Americans are going to build the fuel depot because to me it makes sense. If we ever get into a war with China, oil is important. You need gasoline, you need oil, that's needed, and that's why the United States will build an oil in coordination with Filipinos, funded by Americans in Mindanao, by Cagayan de Oro. Cagayan de Oro area is where they plan on building it. They've already brought equipment in Cagayan de Oro. The Marines have landed in Cagayan de Oro. They're there right now, and uh, equipment's already getting stored in Mindanao, stored in Cagayan de Oro. That's how it works here with Balikatan. Every year, we've had Balikatan for many years, 20 years at least, here in the Philippines. Every time the Americans come here, they come with tanks, they come with ammunition, they come with cruise missiles. And when they come here to the Philippines, those equipment just stay here. They end up staying here, stored somewhere, pre-positioned in the Philippines. Again, more cruise missiles are going to land here in the Philippines. China's not happy about that, of course. The Philippines is getting well armed now. Um, Part of the defense against China from Taiwan, the Philippines, South Korea, Japan, Australia, Americans, the defense against China here. Did you and the family see the rocket that was launching over there, my friend Gino? Yeah, I saw the video. Our friend, shared it on her Facebook. It's not a rocket here in the Philippines. It's actually a rocket launch in China. It just showed up there. You can just see it from the sky here. But it wasn't a rocket launch here. Yeah, it's China. Launching rockets. I'm sure it's probably like a satellite or some kind of thing that China's doing. Asia Pacific is going to be built a hospital in Bacolod. Nice, nice. Same thing in Boracay, Joe. We have Asia Pacific Medical Center here. Daniel, I took him to Asia Pacific Medical Center. He was really happy, impressed about Asia Pacific Medical here in Calibo. They're also going to build one in Boracay by Boracay New Coast, that area Boracay New Coast. and now Bacolod. They have one in Iloilo. Asia Pacific is a big hospital corporation here. They have share. You can buy shares into Asia Pacific Medical Center. That way, you get discounted. Like if you get admitted to the hospital, discounted rate. But you can buy shares. You can buy shares into Asia Pacific Medical Center here. Good morning, Gino. John Vasquez. All right, the alien guy. All right. All right. And then I talked about Balikatan. Again, that's going to start April 20. Thousands of American troops will be all over the Philippines. Some are already here. Some in the military, what we call it temporary duty for the Air Force anyway, TDY. Usually it's 6 months at a time. That's why there's no permanent party in the Philippines. There's no American soldier permanently assigned to the Philippines. It's all temporary duty. And same thing when Balikatan happens. Thousands of American troops will be here in the Philippines for Balikatan, and then they'll leave. They'll leave. But there's always American forces now here in the Philippines at the 9 Philippine military bases that the Americans are using. Just a lot of like Navy, Marine Corps, amphibious assault. The missiles. They'll actually live fire. They'll do all kinds of military exercise. Here in the Philippines, starting April 20. All right, I'm gonna end one more news, and I'm gonna end it here. I saw this. I guess the new battle now. It seems like when Russia, right, with Ukraine, and then now at the Hormuz, it seemed like a drone thing now. That's a thing now in the middle because drones don't cost much, as a weapon. But I saw this article, pretty interesting. It said why the Philippines is building its own drones instead of buying from America. So the Philippines is building its own military drones because it's the cheapest equipment now that you can do massive damage with the drones. So now there's a partner. Philippine Navy has a partnership with Cebu Technological University. So the universities are even getting involved in Cebu, building the drones, building the Filipino-made drones. Part of the thing that we're doing here to protect ourselves from China. So hey man, let's get those drones up. Let's get those drones going. And it's like that way. If China ever thinks of something, let's launch all those drones in the West Philippine Sea. All right. Okay, I seen it on that Philippines Live channel. Joe, you can only buy the shares of if you are a Philip. Oh, okay. I thought I'll double check. Maybe you're right. Joe, because I did see an expat mentioning something that he bought shares. Maybe Filipina wife, maybe. Because I do remember an expat here saying that he has shares in Asia Pacific Medical Center. So I'm sure it's his wife that same deal with land, the HD. I haven't found a large bike shop yet. Google Maps, not good for finding shops. You have to ask the locals. Yeah, for sure, HD. I'll let you know if I find one. All right, no worries, man. No worries. I'm going to Iloilo, so I'm going to be on the lookout, HD. HD and I, we saw each other at Grand Gaetano Mall yesterday. We were talking about e-bikes, like an electric bike. I want one that looks like a mountain bike, but with the electric. That way uphill. I need a little help now. So when I go to Iloilo, I'll keep an eye out. HD. I'll take picture and I'll send it. To you. My friend Gino, you and your family have a great day. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless. All right. I'm going to. All right, YouTube channel. All right. Same wolf. All right. Goodbye, my friend. Thank you and have a great day. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And everyone, please, please stay blessed. Stay blessed. Shares should be 60% Pinoy, 40% foreign. All right, thank you. Thank you there, Fortune. That's what I figure because one of my expat friends said that he bought shares into Asia Pacific. So it is allowed. 40% foreigner can buy shares at Asia Pacific, 60% Filipino. Frankenfeld talked about it and had to buy under wife. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense that buy everything under the wife's name. Yeah, buy under. That's why that expat probably told me he bought shares in his mind. Wife his in his mind is his shares also. All right, salute HD, salute brother. All right, take care everyone. Everyone, stay blessed. Stay blessed.